Summertime. There's no better season in Ohio for outdoor activities and exploring. The Lower Valley Pike Scenic Byway is one of Ohio's hidden gems that connects visitors with the great outdoors. The 11-mile Ohio Byway is along County Road 316 in Clark County and is home to an array of cultural, historical, and recreational activities that connects visitors with the community's past, present, and future. We begin our exploration with a gorgeous place for recreational activities, Mad River Gorge and Nature Preserve.
So we're standing here in the Mad River Gorge and Nature Preserve. It's a beautiful 91-acre nature preserve that was really made possible by a Clean Ohio Conservation Fund grant. Once you start walking down, there's this aha moment. It's a great place to come visit because you've got the varied habitats. You've got the woods, you've got the Mad River. And one of the most exciting things about this place is the rock climbing. For decades, people would rock climb here illegally. When the Park District saw the opportunity here, we were able to talk with the landowners and get the community behind us. And then one of the greatest things was developing a partnership with the Ohio Climbers Coalition.
So tell me, why do you come to Mad River Gorge?
Well, to climb, of course, right? We have a lot of these areas named after what used to be here. Trash.
We had our grand opening in May of 2017. We filled 6 30-yard dumpsters. We figure we pulled 125,000 pounds of trash on that one weekend. And it was kind of a rainy weekend. But without the Ohio Climbers Coalition, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish nearly everything that we've done here.
Even though it was full of trash, we've created this beautiful space together where people of multiple different sports or outdoorsmen can enjoy the area together. We're excited to eventually open up the other side of the river where there is more endless walls within this gorge.
It's a nice location for the climbing people, but also for nature lovers. If you'd like to get out and hike, you don't have to walk very far to really get to see a lot of different species of birds and plants and trees.
The Davidson Interpretive Center is a free historical education center that offers fireside chats and unique educational programs.
We are standing on the site of the village of Pickaway and Kispoko. And in 1780, there was the Battle of Pickaway here. It was the largest battle of the American Revolution west of the Allegheny Mountains. General Clark raised an army of 1,000 men. He sent Colonel Logan along with Scout Simon Kenton to the right flank. His goal was to surround the Indians and stop them from retreating. The problem was that the river was flooded and there were so many cliffs that he could not get across the river. He had to go almost all the way up to Springfield, which was like 3 miles from here. By that time, the battle had ended and the Shawnee had escaped. Like I said, it was the largest battle west of the Allegheny Mountains, and it resulted in a victory for Clark and his men. This land has fortunately been preserved and is a testimony, and it is part of Ohio history.
George Rogers Clark Historic Park packs a lot of firepower with its historical and recreational opportunities. So we have this cannon here. What is the whole purpose? You're dressed up.
The purpose is to educate. The cannon was a vision. We wanted some way to see what it really looked like back when George Rogers Clark had one. And he had swiped it from the British. The British built a fort as a trader's fort with the Shawnee. So we built a little triangular fort down there. We got a cabin in it, and that's where we put on the fair at New Boston in that field. Now the fair at New Boston is imaginary, never happened until 1982. But the fair at New Boston was designed to teach people how people lived at that time. Oh, it's been on Labor Day weekend since about 1986 or so. This park is very important to the whole community. It's about 250 acres. It's got a wonderful lake that was built by the WPA. There's just all kinds of fun things. You can fish free. You don't have to have a fishing license to fish in this park. We have about 9 or 10 miles of trails. Across the way is the Davidson Interpretive Center. Wonderful place to learn early history. And if you're traveling the Lower Valley Pike Scenic Byway, you better be stopping here at George Rogers Clark Park, because this is the premier spot all along.
If you want to do all the things, fishing, hiking, camping, learning, boating, then George Rogers Clark Historic Park is the place to be. In the words of Ohio native Guy Fieri, I wake up in the morning thinking about food. For some much-needed fuel while out enjoying the byway, head to Melody Restaurant, a staple in the area since 1965. With so many diverse habitats, nature lovers will enjoy hiking the trails and seeing all kinds of local bird species and wildlife. Grab a kayak and make your nature experience an adventure on the Mad River. It's a great way to enjoy the diverse natural beauty of our region. Birds are popular creatures. Whole movies are made about them. The Birds, Angry Birds, Rio, Happy Feet, and yes, penguins are birds, ask David Attenborough, and they're very popular at Estelle Winrook Wetlands Preserve.
This wetland has been here for a long time. It's in the floodplain of the Mad River. National Geographic had an article on wetlands and how wetlands disappear if they're not connected. We get connected with that idea of connecting wetlands, so we formed what is called the B-W Greenway Community Land Trust. We got a grant here from the Turner Foundation in Springfield to put in a trail. The main trail here, which is like a levee, where the water used to come in along the left here, the power the mills that were in Medway. But then we got a loop trail. There's 174 bird species here, so it's a hot spot. There's 211 plant species. Across the road from here is the eastern white prince prairie orchid. There's only 4 places in the state of Ohio. And ODNR comes down every year and counts them. Sometimes there's 200, sometimes there's none. The whole area here is part of Spangler Nature Preserve. So our land trust over the last 20 years has acquired almost 200 acres to add to the original 140. My wife and I come here 4 times a year, once in each season. And it changes each time. It's just amazing, you know. I would say also it's good hiking. You know, it's over a mile from here to Medway, and so it's like an hour round trip. So if you want to do some hiking, and if you want to come and help and get some exercise with our honeysuckle removals, we'd be glad to have you with that too.
Plan your next road trip today, and be sure to visit ohiobyways.com to learn more.